So let me ask you, Aubrey O'Day, she reads the transcript and the testimony in which someone seen her,
An affidavit,
the
yeah,
affidavit. I'm sorry,
yeah.
someone seen her and Diddy with another, bodyguard or whoever, getting essayed in a room. And at the end of the affidavit that she reads, she looks at it like she doesn't want to know if that was true or not. And if she goes after the person and say it was lies, that means it discredits everyone else who has filed lawsuits. But if she does go after the person and find out it was true, then that's just a memory she doesn't want because she doesn't remember none of it. Um, how many stories do you feel like that are happening in the industry? And what are your thoughts on her saying that, as far as saying, I'd rather just sweep that part of my life under the rug?
That was hard to watch. That was hard to listen to. And I'm going to do my best to try to be as respectful to her as I possibly can. But that's the exact attitude, the attitude that she's expressing regarding now. That's the same attitude that made it possible for that to allegedly happen to her. See, that's the thing. The very thing that she don't want to deal with, that she don't want to acknowledge, that she don't want to remember, the people that came before her that didn't say anything, that's what made it possible for that to happen to her.
Yeah.
So for her to say that and know that all of this is going on, really what you're saying is you don't give a damn who else it happened to. You don't give a damn about who else it could happen to. What you care about is that you're not looked at as this broken thing that got ran through by this animal. That's really what it's saying. And the thing is, and that was the part, her testimony was the worst of all because the affidavit wasn't something that when she was looking to file a suit, because don't forget, she has legal representation because at one point in time, she was considering filing a suit. And now all of a sudden, it's looking like her legal representation is to protect her from having to say certain things or having to be involved in certain things. It's looking like her legal representation is there merely more for damage control than anything else. And considering that her and Dawn Rashard were both in Danity Kane, and Dawn came forward with a lawsuit, and then she has this affidavit that was sent to her where this person said, first things first, it seems to me like you would want to have this investigated. Like she was like, well, I didn't want to go into because if I found out that this person was lying, then I would be forced to expose them and then it would compromise all of the other lawsuits. That part makes totally perfect sense. I can agree with that because for myself, the Ashley Parham case. Do you guys remember that case? Hmm? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, slightly
What did you
bring
say?
us up to speed on that.
Okay, so the Ashley Parham case was filed about 3 weeks or so to a month after Diddy was arrested back, was that September 16th, 2024. The Ashley Parham lawsuit was filed October, I think 14th, 2024. It stated that Ashley Parham was brought from one location to another location in the more northern part of California, like not far outside of the Bay Area. She was brought to Diddy. Apparently, she had mentioned or said something about she believed or she knew that he was responsible for the unalivement of Tupac Shakur. She was brought to him, and when she was brought there, she was violently essayed. She was, they They put pharmaceuticals in her, knocked her out. She came to, tried to get away, ran out of the house. The neighbor saw her, whoopty whoopty woo, yada yada yada. And then they went speeding off before the cops got there. She went to the hospital. There's still really no evidence of a grape kit. There was a bunch of stuff that was really wild about her case, but that was the case where they were saying that she had been essayed with a remote control, a television remote control. This lawsuit was filed by Ariel Mitchell when she was still going by Ariel Mitchell Kidd, and another lawyer named Sean R. Perez. Um, and then that case was there. And then the case was amended late February of 2025 of this year. And they added Big Homie CC to the lawsuit, which I always thought was kind of weird because that I believe they put Big Homie CC in and they didn't even put his real name in there. They added Odell Beckham Jr., they added Drewski, and they added me. Said that I had trafficked, moved around, transported a Jane Doe and a John Doe who no one has ever asked to come forward, no identity, no nothing. Um, that me and some woman who sued Michael Jackson's estate after he had passed away had taken them by force across state lines to witness this terrible event, and that I was the one who suggested using the remote control. Like, I get it because I said it the second that I heard that crap. Number one, this is a crap lawsuit. Number two, none of it's true because when this incident happened, it was March 23rd, 2018. There was no way I could have been present for it or could have done anything for it because I was in jail in Chicago fighting a child abduction case because of my child custody, where I was fighting to prove that I had legal custody of my son in Dallas, which I did. And I ended up beating the case, and the case was dismissed, nulle prosecute, in May of 2018. So to even have me in that lawsuit invalidated the lawsuit and the legitimacy of it. And the simple fact that it was Ariel Mitchell Kidd and this other attorney, Sean R. Perez, who's involved in other legal action against me. Like after it became clear and it was busted out that there was no way I could have done what they said they tried to invent that I did in that lawsuit, which had been filed October, mid-October of 2024. They just started trying to put me in other lawsuits. The Sean R. Perez. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, that's the way things went with that.
And guess what? I asked to be taken out of the lawsuit. My name is still in it. Drewski asked to be taken out of the lawsuit. His name is still in it. And Ariel Mitchell and Sean R. Perez have been asked to be removed from responsibility as the lawyers in this action. Meanwhile, Diddy is trying to sue her and Courtney Burgess and News Nation for $100 million. Can nobody find Courtney Burgess? It's funny because there's been a lot of people saying that I'm running from this and I'm running from that, but I'm here on. I've sat with y'all. I don't know how many times this year. I got my own channel. I got my own stuff. It was really weird. There's somebody came to me and said that there was a YouTube channel that was talking about they were trying to have me served at your studio.
Goddamn.
And that they got process servers sitting outside of Real Life Studios looking for me.
So they'll be sitting there for a while. What the hell?
I'm just trying to figure it out because the information that I got, it's a complete and utter lie because they said that they've come to your studio and they came to the door looking for me. That would be impossible.
Facts.
That would
That's
be impossible unless they were going to a prior location. And
uh,
even still, they wouldn't have let nobody up there. Like these people are very, very, very invested for whatever reason in finding out exactly where I am
to
and
run it.
using all kind of weirdo legal like legal maneuverings. Like there is someone who has filed the exact same lawsuit in 4 different states. That's not even legal. That's not even legal. And the one thing that all of this stuff has in common is one lawyer in particular, Sean R. Perez. Funny. So, like I was saying, I understand where Aubrey O'Day is coming from because when I first heard about it, I said, this Ashley Parham case, putting me in it totally invalidates it. But maybe that was the point. Say, maybe that Ashley Parham case was bullshit all along. And maybe it was part of the multi-layered plan to create reasonable doubt for the jury pool from very, very, very early on.
Yeah,
It's a
and
very clever plan.
Real life.